Don't get this shit. I'm telling you now. Okay, you good. Oh, don't get me. I'm telling y'all for real. Do not get. Do you understand me? You are fine the way you are. This shit hurts. Hurts so bad. Y'all said y'all want to see the bloody truth. Here it is. Don't. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. So bad. I can't stop crying or shaking. They put a tube down your throat. I didn't fucking know that. They put a fucking tube down your throat. My throat is hurting. It hurts, y'all. I'm never coming back. For nothing. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. Never. I'm never coming back. No, sis, it hurts. I'm never coming back. Do you understand me? I'm never coming back. It hurts so bad. Beauty, I will be the beast. It hurts. It hurts. I need this Tylenol PM like now. It hurt bad. It's crazy what people will really do for their body, because society has told them that a shape they should have.
While people were dying during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was actually another pandemic happening, and it is called the BBL, or the Brazilian butt lift pandemic, because we know that getting a BBL is not just something that happens in the United States. It is a global phenomenon. It is global. So I just want to take a moment to say that there will be a part 3 to this. And so if you like this content and if you want to see more of it, donate to my Cash App. The link for my Cash App is in the description. So although it may no longer be a pandemic, the values, the mindset, and the physical bodies remain. So the question here is, does body modification surgery incite a particular attitude? Okay. Does it encourage women to sort of show their bodies off in a way that they otherwise would not? Okay, this is just a question. So I do realize that, women can twerk with a natural butt. And this is what we see with Megan Thee Stallion. This is what we see with Lizzo. But the increased visibility of twerking, is it a symptom of a larger phenomenon of Black women who have attained larger and larger butts? If you risk it all for your body, like we saw in the opening scene on this video, and the trend reverses, okay, like what's happening now. Most women don't have Black China's resources to reverse these surgeries. So essentially what we're seeing is, Black women who have larger derrieres figuring out how to use it, how to make this thing useful. Black women are still getting BBLs, but by and large, we are living in a post-BBL pandemic and witnessing Black women sort of deal with the remains of it.
But we're getting to the point to where it's becoming comical. I live in Atlanta, and I'm looking at some women have some of those comical proportions. Jessica Rabbit was a cartoon character for a reason. But now we're starting to see women who have these impossibly small waists, really large hip to waist ratio, really large butts. But what you're not seeing is a lot of these women with, where are their husbands? And who are they married to if they are married? I look at the outcome. Look on their left finger and say, are you married to a man that you value? And the answer probably would shock most people.
So in a minute, you are getting ready to see footage that I filmed when I was explaining the reason why Black women twerk. So you'll see that, and I'll kind of sort of wrap up my thoughts on why I think Black women twerk. In this video, I'm essentially linking twerking to the BBL pandemic, as I do think there is a link there. However, I want to know what you all think, so let me know if you think that having a BBL, woman getting a BBL, does it increase the chances of the woman, not necessarily twerking, but just showing off in general? Can it contribute to a particular attitude and demeanor that some, not all, I'm not saying all Black women with BBLs, but can it incite a particular attitude and or demeanor of the woman who got the BBL? You know, one thing we need to look at is femininity. And I'm going to keep going back to this. And I've said this before. Black women have proven that they will go the extra mile to attain what they believe to be femininity. Even if it's a small inkling of femininity, they will go to the extreme to attain that. We also have to understand that the Brazilian butt lift procedure is relatively new. This is a new procedure, and there's not a lot that has been studied related to not only the procedure itself, but also the psychological and emotional impact on the woman. So this is to some degree uncharted territory, in the sense that, like I said, in the medical field, we know there's often lots of studies about various different procedures. I would say this one has not been studied to the degree that it should be, considering how popular the surgery is. And maybe this is something that people are working on, the medical field, or, you know, folks with PhDs could be working on. But I think there is a psychological and emotional impact beyond just the physical appearance. But we saw in the opening scene there, that woman who, you know, regretted her BBL. Now, you know, who knows how she feels about it today. But, you know, I think there's a lot to be said. And what I've heard is that when it comes to BBLs, in terms of the women who die, and how many women who die from this surgery, I have heard that it is actually not tracked. It is not there's no record being kept, which is insane, because everything is tracked. You know, everything on YouTube, I can go on my analytics and see lots of data. So the fact that, you know, the number of women dying from getting a Brazilian butt lift is not tracked is really insane to me. So I think that there's a lot to think about and consider here. And in a moment, I'm going to be going into, you know, a little bit more about why Black women twerk, why I think they do. But I also want to know what you all think as well. And what you're actually doing is you are putting your offering on display. You're putting it on display. And you're essentially inviting all types of negative attention. You're not inviting the right type of attention. You're inviting the wrong type of attention. And you know this. You know what you're doing. And I don't know if you're doing it because you want compliments. I don't know if you're doing it because you think that it might help you get a man to notice you. I would argue, my theory is that a lot of women are doing this out of context because, again, they have low self-esteem and they are overcompensating for what they lack. If you were to translate it into a language, what they're saying, what they're telling you is that I want you to look at my body. I want you to like me for my body. I want you to prioritize my body, more so my derriere. And that for some women, this is all they have to offer. I'm gonna be honest with you. For some women, I'm not saying every woman that twerks, but for some women, if they're twerking constantly and they can't stop, they're showing you what they have to offer. And you should believe them. You should believe them. If you haven't seen my video called The Reason Why Black Women Twerk, go and check that out, and I'll link that at the end to this video. But I was so excited to bring to you the history of twerking and tying it in to African dance. So I used to do African dance, my daughter as well. And so something that meant a lot to me to be able to help make that connection, because there is a connection between twerking and African dance. But the question, the question I have in this video is, if a woman gets a Brazilian butt lift, is said woman more likely to exhibit certain actions, certain behaviors, perhaps a certain attitude that could include an increase in twerking? So in other words, does an increase the size of your derriere, if the size of your derriere increases, does it increase the likelihood or the chances that a woman will twerk? Again, doesn't mean that every woman with a BBL will twerk in the open, but is there a correlation? So comment below and let me know what you think about that. And I also wanted to say that, in light of a lot of conversations being had now on YouTube about monetization, in light of what has happened with Fresh and Fit, I wanted to encourage you all to donate to my channel via Cash App. Naka Onelafor is my Cash App name. And I work really hard to bring quality content to you all, content that will enlighten you, will educate you, and also hopefully entertain you as well. And so again, I know that a lot of people are talking about monetization. You guys may know that on this platform, YouTube actually has the best monetization system. However, for most of us small creators, it is not enough. And so seeing what Fresh and Fit gone through within the last week or so definitely makes it hard to really imagine having that type of platform and that level of income coming in and completely dropping the ball. So that's another video. But thank you for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Click the links in the description. Get to know my business, Curated Legacy, and everything I do with my services there. And also, I have a book on Amazon. It's about being an invisible Black woman. My mom and I also have a book on Amazon, which is a children's book called My Brother Adam, A Journey with Schizophrenia. This is Naka here, signing off to make the invisible visible. And as always, stay tuned for more videos. Bye.